Welcome back to part 3 of my series on the state of our regional real estate market in Hampton Roads. I am your host, the ever fashionable sneaker agent, Erika. This week we are focusing on would-be home buyers who are worried about our changing market. Today, our distinguished guest will offer some valuable insights on the power current buyers hold to get just what they want from their home search. The goal is to get you to the closing table, so I invite you to lean in.
Well, the cool thing about the market now in terms of buying is that you don't have to compete with as many buyers. You're not going to have 7, 8, 10 offers the day a house comes on the market. The other thing that people don't really remember or don't realize or are not thinking about, buy a house today at the prices today. I believe that our prices will continue going up, not dramatically over the next 6 months or a year, but I think our prices will continue to increase. And if 6 months or a year or 2 years from now, interest rates come back down, refinance, bring your payment down. So it's not like you're locked into a 6 or 6.25% interest rate or whatever the rate's going to be. Maybe it's 5 by the time you're listening to this video, or maybe it's 7. But it's not like it's going to be that rate forever. I mean, eventually I believe it's going to come back down because we're going to have more of a recession if interest rates are too high. I don't believe that 6% is punitive, but I do think it'll come back down some. But if you wait until it comes back down and prices go up, what have you accomplished? You've lost equity.
Number one, get pre-approved. And don't extend yourself to the top end of your approval. We still are seeing multiple offers in some situations. Buyers are still having to pay more than asking price to get some of the homes they want. So you set your expectations down a bit. If you qualified at $500,000, maybe you should be looking at $450,000 with the expectation that that you're going to have to pay $475,000 for that $450,000 listing. So, and you're also going to have to recognize that with the Fed changing their rates on a fairly frequent basis now, that the mortgage rates may go up. Mm-hmm. So we look at 6%. That's round numbers. It's just slightly below that at the moment. Mm-hmm. But if you look at 6% and say, well, what happens if we go to 6.5? Well, if we go to 6.5, then your purchasing power is going to be reduced even more.
Exactly.
So to look at a $500,000 qualification and say, let's write an offer on a property up to $500,000 mm-hmm. is setting yourself up for disappointment and possible failure on that.
Right.
10 years ago-ish, there were 16,000 houses on the market in Hampton Roads. Today, it's about 5,500. About 2,500 people buy a house every month. Call it 2,000 in a bad month. So in 2.5 months, if nobody else put their house on the market, all the houses would be gone. There wouldn't be a single house you could buy. That's not going to happen. But the crash came as a result of a huge fictitious supply that came from a perceived demand that was not here. Our demand is increasing. Our population in Hampton Roads is increasing. People are moving here that want to work remote. We have the cheapest housing market of all of the competing housing markets out here. Charleston, Nashville, Raleigh, Atlanta, Charlotte, Richmond, Fredericksburg, DC. We're cheaper than all of those markets. It's crazy. Richmond used to be the same as Hampton Roads. It's now more expensive in Richmond. DC used to be 50% more than Hampton Roads. It's now more than double for the DC, Northern Virginia area. So there's a lot of room for our prices to go up because they haven't gone up that much. And at the same time, we have an opportunity to really grow in our pricing, and we have an opportunity to attract more businesses because our values of our housing are low, and we have an opportunity to attract a lot more people that are in the situation where they can work remote, and we're seeing that, and it's growing. So I don't see how we fall off a cliff and have some type of a housing crash in Hampton Roads.
Searching for a home on your own is time consuming, and often the home status has not been updated. When you hire me, I will look for you and I will find you the perfect house. Our fiduciary relationship means I am your number one advocate and will work diligently to get you the very best deal. Call me today and let's get you into a new home.